Right, at this fireside chat, talking about the next frontier, how connected TVs transforming advertising in India, let me invite our speaker on stage. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sairam Ranganathan, Chief Digital Officer at Wavemaker India. Let's give him a warm applause and welcome him. Very warm welcome to you. And having this fireside chat is Ms. Venkata Susmita Biswas, our Executive Editor at AFAX. One more time, welcome her back. And I leave the stage to you, Susmita.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for being here. CTVs, I think now we have been, I've been moderating panels and having conversations about CTVs for about 2 years now. But I think 2025, we don't have to introduce CTVs. If I say CTVs, people know it's connected TV, what it entails. While the cord cutters might still be few, I think it has gained some critical mass. I think the latest numbers for CTVs, there are about 35 million or so CTV households in India. That's kind of the number. And not just that, a recent Ormax media report said that 36% of paying OTT subscribers in urban India regularly use CTVs. So that says something. These are paying subscribers who use CTV. So that's a number that will be important to advertisers, I guess. Cord cutting is real now. Maybe an urban phenomenon, but more real than it was even 2 years ago. So we will now understand with Sairam how advertisers are using CTV and more like take us to what we will see next in CTV, because we've established that CTV is here to stay. So the first question I have for you is, when marketers today think of CTV, is it that the mobile got bigger or the TV got smarter? How do they think of it? Because that, I think, will cascade into all other decision making that happens, right? How they perceive it. So if we can start there.
Thank you so much. Before I start answering the question, a quick show of hands in the room. How many of you still watch linear TV? By that I mean, like how many of you have cable connections, or how many of you have something like a Tata Play equivalent kind of thing? How many of you have? Quick show of hands. Yeah, I think the sign is very clear. Probably some 4-5 people in a filled room who just subscribe to linear TV. So I don't need to talk about the why of the CTV, because I'm sure most of us in the room and outside clearly understand the importance of connected TV, right? And there is a very interesting question that you put forth, which is like, is CTV digital or is CTV traditional TV equivalent kind of thing? I genuinely think there is no right for that, because we have two sets of marketers. The first set of marketers who are, if I may give an example from the world of categories, like say hardcore FMCG companies, where something as simple as a paste you buy or soap that you use, so on and so forth. Brands which have been built on the back of television advertising for so many years. These are brands who think CTV is part of the linear TV ecosystem. So when they say we do integrated TV planning, they are talking about how they are looking at the traditional TV and clubbing it with connected TV, which is extension of a mass media equivalent. And then there are these new age brands which don't necessarily have any legacy or distribution, and with something like a quick commerce or a marketplace equivalent, which sort of brings the distribution to a level playing field. For them, CTV is digital, right? So the CTV is essentially the best of both worlds. It can give you all the benefits of TV and all the benefits of digital, right? And when one talks about it from a scale perspective, India is approximately about 220 to 240 TV homes. And when I say TV homes, I mean the traditional TV homes. And if one were to look at CTV over the last 2-3 years, and that's something that we've been tracking in Group M over the last 3-4 years. The journey from 10 million to almost a 45-50 million, right? That's been a great journey over the last 3 years. So the way marketers are essentially using this, going back to the two analogies I spoke about, the two kinds of marketers. There are marketers who are using it to complement their TV plan, and then there are marketers who are using this as their, if I may call, a mass media equivalent to reach out to female homes.
So in the case of both of these types of marketers, are they looking at CTV as something they invest in all year long? Because now there's FAST, there's YouTube on CTV, there are OTT apps on CTV, so they have multiple choices where they can invest. So is it something that they invest all year long, or is it there's an IPL or there's a Shark Tank, I want to invest now? What is the kind of decision making there?
Again, two kinds of marketers. Like I'm giving a lot of FMCG, CPG examples because that's one of the categories that we manage significantly from a program standpoint. So in the CPG world, there is nothing. It's always on, right? Because people buy whichever is the brand that comes into our house on a monthly household basket. They do always on. For brands like those, CTV is a regular liability which is there as an always on. And whenever there is a specific, and again I'm building on like the FMCG brands, whenever there is a specific event or a sport or something which is a high eyeballs, we have the equivalent. It could be IPL. Now we have the Women's Premier League which is happening as we speak, and Champions Trophy which is coming. For those of you who are cricket aficionados, you know that there is a much awaited India-Pakistan match which is happening in the next 10-15 days, right? These are like tent poles which people use to just give a booster or an enhancer. And if you look at brands which don't necessarily have like imagine that there is a new car which is being launched, which need not continuously advertise for that, which probably launches and then does a bit of sustenance and move on. They also use the role of a CTV is dual in fact. One, something which is to get instant reach or high eyeballs equivalent in some of the high consumed events, and to ensure that there is a threshold presence in the kind of markets that are critical.
Why do brands, when there is a launch, I would understand, or there's an IPL, the reach is just so much more. But otherwise, why do they think of CTV from an audience standpoint? So like I said, there are 36% of paying subscribers who watch CTV. So that means these are premium users. These are not, your regular social media, digital. You have the people you're going to target on an Instagram are not the same here, or news website or something like that. So other than the audience being maybe a premium audience, what else does CTV offer that possibly a linear does not and a mobile phone cannot? Like, what is that gap that the CTV fills?
I think India predominantly has been a television market. Of course, it's changed in the last 3-4 years. So when you talk to like why do brands, especially brands which are in startup mode, which are becoming big, why do they do television? Like look at why does a Flipkart or why does an Amazon or why does a Netflix advertising TV, is that needed at all for them, right? So television is still the high trust medium from an India standpoint, which means naturally that sort of kinds of extends to connected TV. And for the consumer, it is the viewing experience is same. Maybe the way ads come is slightly different compared to the traditional TV. I think that trust thing is a very critical thing. Other than that, it brings in the advantages of a typical digital targeting, if you may call. Like we at GroupM, for example, we have a specific solution in the connected TV ecosystem called Finecast, where we are able to identify the pin code levels at an affluent home that you can go, which means CTV is already affluent, but you are able to superimpose something like a pin code or something like a weather targeting. And I was like very intrigued by when Jai was speaking about personalization. And personalization is very much possible even in connected TV. Like imagine Kalyan Jewelry as a brand, which has some of the leading Bollywood actors as brand ambassadors. Imagine somebody seeing Nagarjuna speaking in Telugu to the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana markets, and imagine a Prabhu in Tamil Nadu speaking in Tamil, Amitabh Bachchan speaking in HSM. That will make so much of sense when there is a larger play of combining the benefits of television and digital and sort of driving brand recall and driving outcomes basis that.
And does it also matter how the formats of ads are that possibly, so I was seeing, I think Samsung has finally introduced this in India where say it's a refrigerator ad and you want to change the color, you want to see how the red looks as opposed to the silver or the black, you can actually choose different colors while that ad is on your screen. So having different formats, does that make CTV a lot more appealing to advertisers that it just be the same old, ad format that you see, just 15 seconds, it rolls and then you have to wait for the next ad, or we've seen pause ads come up. So are we going to see more innovation in the formats to keep the viewer engaged in some sense? Because what we are also hearing from the OTT ecosystem is that content creators there are being told, think of CTV or OTT as an and medium. And people are anyway scrolling through Instagram, they are also watching OTT. But an advertiser does not want that perhaps. When my ad is on the TV, they want people to watch the ad. So if you can talk a little about formats.
Two things. I think from a formats perspective, it's really evolved to what it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, there was just probably a normal video ad that you could run as part of reaching to the desired audiences. Today you have, not just pre-rolls or mid-rolls. We're talking about pause ads, which is a new thing that's coming to the market in multiple OTT platforms, as well as you spoke about Samsung and so on and so forth. Right? Other than that, one more thing, as consumers, some of you have noticed, is that there is a certain interactivity element which is built in, which is either a QR code or the fact that if you want the catalog, press on some icon and so on and so forth, right? And the reason that is, it's very, very reflective of the consumer behavior. Today, whether we see a traditional linear TV or a CTV, there is a mobile handset and that's readily available with you in your hand. And typical consumer behavior is when there is an ad break, then you're not looking at the large screen, but you're looking at the small screen, which is your mobile handset. So if you are able to build experiences whereby the experiences either need to educate the consumer or needs to provide some value, then it's in a far more better position. Like a case in point being, you spoke about how can you change and see the car in different colors. That's something which is really experiential as far as the consumer is concerned, right? And we are not very far off. Like we have a lot of this virtual trial rooms as a concept which is very big in the mobile ecosystem. We're not very far when that will also happen in the CTV ecosystem. Not in the current form, but in a slightly different way.
We've spoken a lot about the opportunities that are there, that this is something that's very fascinating for advertisers, etc. But the biggest question for advertisers at the end of the day is, I spent a lot of money, what happened with it, right? And therefore, measurement is something that's very important. And in fact, just this morning we had the JioStar folks and Nielsen speak about how they have collaborated to measure IPL and ROI on that and target audiences accordingly. So in CTV, what is that third-party measurement? If there is any, is there a gap? What are advertisers telling you from a measurement point of view?
No, CCTV is honestly a very nascent thing, and so is measurement. And there is no perfect measurement solution as we speak today. But having said that, we at Wavemaker, we really take a lot of pride in creating something which is a really simple framework that we work with all of our clients on, and it's called input, output, and outcome. Right? So very very simple. Input is like whatever you are investing from a money perspective, which is basically translating to impressions kind of thing. And then the output essentially is, it could be reach, it could be other things, right? And the outcome essentially is a outcome which is happening either on the brand or on the business. And we are working with different WPP partners as well as collaborating with clients to create robust measurement systems. And so we know for a fact that brands that are investing on CTV are gaining business outcomes. Like for example, one of the big white goods brands that we work with, Haier, we are seeing that their CTV-led approach is really giving them a lot of business uplift. Similarly, for one of the large FMCG company, Reckitt, we are seeing that especially for some of their premium brands, when they are able to look at CTV in a differentiated way, they are able to measure. Similarly, working closely with some of our in-house research and measurement teams, we are able to devise certain specific tests so that we can understand at a geo level what is the lift of business that is happening. And ultimately, if there is anything which is driving growth and driving business outcome, we believe that's a great thing, and we should see how we can make it far more integrated in some of the other measurements we speak. Like for example, for television, there is already a third-party monitoring body which is there, same in some form from a digital standpoint. So we will see a lot of such solutions emerging in CTV, specifically in measurement and monitoring and tracking it.
That would be necessary, right? With investments going up, the same conversation happened with digital. You know, when it was nascent, everybody was okay, it was a wild, wild west. But then as that increases, you want to know what's happening. So hopefully, do you think there's a timeline for when we'll see CTV kind of become what, say, digital did 5 years ago when advertisers started demanding, greater transparency or, because even now, the Metas of the world, Googles of the world continue to be walled gardens. So when will advertisers possibly demand for greater transparency from platforms and publishers to see data and know where their money is going?
I think today the question, there are no questions around why should you do CTV, but there are more questions around like how can we measure it in an even more better way, which means that there is current measurement solutions already in place, right? And how can it become better, I think is an evolving journey. Today we are in a position where, and again, it's not like there is not transparency there. There is transparency, of course, in the endeavor to make anything better. There can be, of course, there can be more transparency. Today, whether you work with Google or you work with any of the OTT partners, it's fairly transparent, and you can put third-party tags and monitor whatever is happening and get a sense of. And also because you're linking it to business outcomes, you know that whatever you're doing is like essentially making sense. What we would see maybe, and this is my personal opinion, in maybe 18 to 24 months, we have far more robust framework from a measurement standpoint compared to what we have today. So we should only, like the way you mentioned, when the advertising dollars on something increases, the measurement, it forces the measurement ecosystem to evolve with it, right? Whether it is a Nielsen or whether it is a New Age research agency that will come into this and work, that's a question. Some of the clients, they do their own research, including market mix modeling and media mix modeling, and that also will give inputs in terms of what is the ROI of CTV vis-a-vis TV, vis-a-vis digital, and so on and so forth.
We are out of time, and I think we've managed to cover almost everything about CTVs, from formats to the scope of CTV, how large it is, the kind of audience that can be targeted, and Sarah also says that possibly in the 18 to 24 month span, we'll have more robust measurements so that advertisers can really put their money on CTV in greater numbers, and we'll also have more fun ads to see on CTV most probably. Okay? So I hope that was informative. Thank you so much, Sarah.